Okay, so today, Year 10, we're going to look at product analysis. So that's going to be our next bit of coursework that we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what each word means. So the word product means a thing or an article. And in your case, for this piece of work, you need to pick a thing that's been made and can be sold in a shop that is relevant to your problem. Okay? And analysis means to look closely at something, to really scrutinise it. So that's what this page is all going to be about. You're going to pick things that sort of solve your problem that are already sold on the market, and you're going to look really closely at them and scrutinise them. Okay? And that's for our identifying and investigating design possibilities, and that's 10 marks, and all this work we've done so far has been to get those 10 marks. And today we're working on that bit of the mark scheme. So a comprehensive investigation into the work of others that clearly informs ideas. So we're going to look at things other people have made, and then we're going to use that information to help with our ideas. Okay? So why would you do that? Well, when you are looking at a product that's already been made, you can look at all the good things to do with it. And those good things you might steal. So if somebody's done some really good ergonomics or has picked the exact right materials to make something out of, then you choose those things too. You steal those bits. You also look at the bad things so that you can change and improve them. You are trying to make the best product on the market to solve your problem. So if you can improve one that's already done and you make a new and improved version, that's going to make your product more popular than everything else on the market. We also want to look and see what things are made out of. Okay, and that gives us ideas for when we're choosing our materials. You want to see how things look. There'll be a certain way that things look, and they might give you some ideas about how yours should look. Or it might look absolutely horrible, and that might be something you want to improve on your version. Safety. You always need to check that products are safe to use, so that's something that you could look closely at. It also might give you some ideas of how you might make yours. If they've made theirs in a certain way, that might be the best way to do it and give you ideas. Or you might think that actually they haven't made it very well and I could make it a different way, a better way. Okay, so they're the sorts of things that we're going to be looking at. So this is an example of a product analysis that somebody has done in the past. And this is quite a good piece of work. If I was going to give it a level, I'd say this is looking like a grade, probably 7, maybe pushing an 8. Okay, so you start off with your title, product analysis. You write a little introduction in the top left-hand corner about what you're doing. So you'd say something like, I am going to look at products that are already on the market to see if I can get ideas for my product. And then this person has chosen to look at 4 products on the market that are supposed to help bad posture. So there, why they've picked these products, because it links to her problem. Remember, we've been looking at this a few times, and hers is all about bad posture. Then she's done loads of little comments around the outside about how they've done things, why they've done things. She's analysing it. So if we read a few, it says, the feet allow the attaching bar to move, suggesting the device can collapse so that it's flat, meaning it's easy to fit in lockers and drawers. Okay, so she's looked at this and she's thought, I think this collapsed because I think that mechanism collapses there, and I think they've done that so it can easily be stored away. Okay, here she's put, the clasp ensures that the device is held together well and won't collapse because it locks it in place. So she's looking at aspects on it and she's thinking about why they are doing those things. Okay, here we've got a little comment. The extra storage on the side makes it ideal for office and student work. So she's looking at the little extra functions that these things have too. So these are all little comments that she's thought about. Now, the one thing I think most people do wrong with this page is they don't write some of the obvious things. You might forget to write that. I mean, that looks obvious, that that's storing some pencils and stuff in there, so you don't need to write it. but actually you do. Write even the most obvious things. Why would that extra storage on the side be helpful? Because then you haven't got a separate pot on your office table that could easily be knocked over, and it saves space, etc. So write all those things. Now, if she'd have just got some pictures of some products and just wrote her comments around them, that's probably more like a grade 4 or 5. Okay, just comments and products are like a grade 4 or 5. The reason why this gets up into a grade 7, they're quite faint, but you can see she's got little sketches that really explain things to a little bit closer detail. So this sketch here shows the side of this device here, and she's drawn in a firm line, a full line, it open, and then she's done these dotty lines to show what happens when it collapses, how it all squashes down. Okay, so these little sketches really bring it up. There's some here now, they're quite faint because of the scanning, but these really help to get that extra layer of detail, that extra layer of information. So if you just do comments, you'll get like a grade 4 or 5. If you add a few little sketches just to explain something a little bit further, that will help you get those better grades. So you can see this is the best sketch on this page, I would say, because it really explains how this collapses. Now you can see that this drawing isn't actually a hard drawing. It's just a flat 2D drawing. It's not in isometric or anything like that. So I'm not saying you have to do a really good drawing, like it doesn't have to be a really detailed 3D drawing. It can be a flat 2D drawing like this. But if it gives that extra level of information, that will help to get you up to a grade 7. Okay? I want to show you one more example of this page, because this one is probably even slightly better. I'm going to say that this page is pushing to a grade 8 probably. 8, maybe even pushing 9. Now, notice the difference straight away. This person has only analysed 2 products. Now this person's project, we haven't spoken about this person's project before, but this person's project is about improving grip strength. Okay, so they're looking at products that improve grip strength. Now, they've only picked 2 products, and I'm telling you that's a grade 8. Whereas this person picked 4 products, and that was a grade 7. So it's not the more products you do, the higher the grade. It's all about your level of detail. So everybody must do at least 2, but you can do as many as you like. I would not go any more than 5. So 2 to 5, but with really good information. And you can just do 2 like this person, but because there's so much detailed information, you can get a grade 8. Now, this person here, I hope you can see this, it is very faint. This picture here is a little exploded drawing. Again, it's very simple, it's all just 2D. They haven't used a ruler, it's not about being like perfectly level and stuff like that, but they've just done a little picture of how all the parts of this product they think goes together. They don't know, because obviously they're looking at something on the computer, but they've just drawn how it all goes together here, and that is an exceptional drawing with some really good detail. Also, they've written things about like polypropylene. So you'll see on the other page, she says about it being a metal and maybe being a ferrous metal and stuff like that. But this person has really narrowed down exactly what material and why. So use that knowledge that I've talked to you about your materials, and you won't know if it's right. You won't have a clue what these things are made from because you're just looking at an internet picture. But if you can suggest what you think it's made from and why, that will get you higher marks as well. And this sketch here is also really good. Again, it just shows how these 2 bits of Velcro overlap to join together. but it's just really clear and shows you how it all works. And the labels help to explain things as well. So this is probably more, like I say, getting up to a level 8 because the drawings show even more information, this exploded drawing in particular. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to pick 2 to 5 products off the internet. If you can, print them out and stick them on your A3 page. This is going to take up a whole A3 page, okay? If you can't print them out, because obviously you haven't got a printer or whatever, it's absolutely fine. Just email me the pictures and I will print them off when we get back to school, and just leave space for where you are going to stick in the pictures, okay? But you can still do all of your annotations around the outside, you can still do all of your sketches, okay? So that's what I want you to do. So, A3 bit of paper, title at the top, product analysis, little introduction top left hand corner, why you're doing a product analysis, because we're going to find out some information about it. Then pick 2 to 5 products that you are going to explore. Do your sketches. If you want to go up to grade 8, grade 9, do your sketches. Okay? Then in the bottom right hand corner, do a little conclusion. So say something like, I have found that most of the products I have analysed are all made out of a thermoplastic. I believe this is because it is relatively strong and can be recycled easily, or whatever. Just sum up a little something that you've found out from this page, basically. So pick 2 to 5 products, stick them, and then round the outside write your labels. If you can't stick them, send me the pictures, we'll sort it when we get back to school. Yeah, final tip, questions to ask yourself. So ask yourself, what's it made from and why? Do some annotations about that on the page. How is it joined and why? Do some annotations about that on the page. And that's where you might bring in one of those little exploded drawings that get you up to a grade 8, grade 9. Okay, remember, if you've got permanent joints, like glue or something being welded like that, that's really difficult to repair and recycle. If something's got semi-permanent joints, like screws, nuts and bolts that can be undone, that's really helpful for the environment because it can be repaired rather than just throwing it away. So maybe mention that, okay? Why does it look the way it looks? How does it work? Is it safe? What's good about it? What's bad about it? Could you use any of the ideas for your product? Okay? So when you're doing your page, you might want to have that bit paused on the video, and you might want to answer all those questions round on your sheet for your products, okay? I didn't mention there, but if your product is going to be used by a human, which I'm sure it will be somehow, if it's just carried or whatever, talk about ergonomics as well. Talk about how that product has been made comfortable for the human to use it, okay? And then, yeah, email me, take a photo of this page, email me what you've done, and I will give you some feedback, okay? In terms of a template, because normally I show you a template, don't I, to follow, I didn't think it was worth it for this one because it is so simple. Just an introduction in the top corner, title at the top, your 2 to 5 products with annotations and pictures, and then a little conclusion in the bottom right hand corner, okay? So if you've got 4 ideas like this person, you'd spread them out a bit like that. If you got 2, you'd probably go 1 on each side, okay? Loads of good in-depth information, alright? Have one more look at the examples for a few seconds, but then when you get started and you've got your title and everything and you're ready to do your annotations, I would probably pause the video there, okay?